Was Battlefield 1's Apocalypse DLC rushed? Did it come out too early? It's been almost a week since it got released to the vanilla game for all premium players, and yet all of the discussions on forums are still going. But I'm totally not surprised, considering that with previous DLC releases, we had to wait couple of months for each DLC to actually be released after the previous one. And with the Apocalypse, let's be honest, it's been like a month, and then boom! Suddenly we are getting the Apocalypse DLC right after the second half of Turning Tides. Which, let's be honest, if you compare to 6 months of waiting for the previous DLCs, makes quite of a difference. The whole situation was quite ironic, and it still is. Because with the previous expansion packs for Battlefield 1, players were constantly complaining that it takes too long to release them. And I somehow agree. I don't believe that the schedule for Battlefield 1 was set right, but that's not the point. The point is that with the Apocalypse DLC, the whole thing turned around completely and community was literally asking DICE to delay the DLC, put in more work and make it better. And at this point, I don't quite understand it, because they've literally got the whole community's approval to just push back the DLC in time and make it better, get more content out to the players, because they wanted it. Also, the release of Apocalypse pretty much suppressed the whole hype around the second half of Turning Tides coming out. Right after it came to the vanilla game, DICE decided to add new Apocalypse content to CTE for testing, and majority of players didn't really care about Turning Tides anymore at this point. They wanted to see the Apocalypse. And this is not only my opinion. Many content creators share it. Almost everyone agrees that releasing Apocalypse so soon killed the whole hype around Turning Tides. And it feels so bad to see it, especially when considering how much effort actually DICE had to put into designing those two maps. Remember a couple of iterations of the Heligoland bite? Gathering feedback from the community, improving the map, testing it couple of times, and the map turned out really great in the end, but after they released it, it was already pushed away to the side because the Apocalypse was the main focus, at least for the majority of player base. That's how I feel like, and that's how the community responded. It's not only me saying this. Another concern that's going on around Battlefield community a lot is the fact that the update itself wasn't really finished. And no, I don't mean the stuttering problem, because this could appear in pretty much any update and DICE just made a mistake. They didn't check it, they didn't test it properly. I get it can happen, and it can happen in any update. What I mean by saying that DLC was not finished or the update was not finished is that it still has some problems, and those aren't small ones. Those are actually very serious problems. For example, the Riversome and Caporetto are still unbalanced. I'm not saying they are that bad as they used to be at the beginning, but still. The Riversome is pretty much a massive execution for the attackers in the majority of games. And as I've already said it's not me just randomly complaining about nothing, it's a serious problem because thousands of people are literally pointing it out and other big creators also agree. Take a look at Westy for example. He has mentioned it multiple times that those two maps, Riversome and Caporetto, still have problems for the attackers in the Conquest Assault. And while mentioning game modes that are available to play in this DLC, again, community and majority of creators all agree that we need operations and we need frontlines. Why don't we have operations here? I totally get it that those maps don't connect with each other and it's not going to be a historically accurate operation, but still, players don't care, they just want to play operations game mode. Trust me. And even if DICE wanted to keep the whole historical correctness in the game, they can just make one map operations. Why not? People want to play the game mode. They don't care about history at this point. They just want a proper gameplay experience. And this one hurts me a lot, because I mainly play operations, and Since the game came out, we progressively get less operations maps in the new DLCs. Which is weird because I'm quite certain that operations are the second most played game mode in this game, right after Classic Conquest. It clearly sends the message from the community to developers saying, hey guys, we enjoy this game mode, please give us more maps to play it. Personally, I'd much rather have a Battlefield game with only 3 modes, but those modes being available to all maps in the vanilla game and in all maps from the expansion packs. Because now it looks pretty much like this. The new DLC comes out, gives us new maps, and I'm like, alright, let's play operations. There is no operations. Let's play domination. There is no domination. Let's play war pigeons or supply drop. There is none of those game modes here, you can only play the Conquest Assault. Anyway guys, that would be it for this video. As I've already mentioned it a couple of times, those are not only my opinions, but mainly what the community thinks and other big creators. I'll be honest here, I did not come up with the ideas for this video. I scrolled through Twitter, I scrolled through Battlefield 1's CTE forum, and that's where I got the ideas, from what the majority was saying, because this time I believe that the majority is right. But let me know, what do you guys think? Do you think the DLC was rushed, or maybe it wasn't? Write down the comment, and as always, if you enjoyed, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and I see you on the battlefield!